These newlywed couples want to adopt. They would meet the correct requirements of adoption. They can provide a better home than the current living situation, and they can provide a loving environment and fulfill the needs of a child. The only thing is, even after they pass everything with flying colors, they aren't allowed to adopt because they are two gay men. Gay couples are not allowed to adopt. In another instance, an adoptive parent wants their new partner to adopt his or her child. The law states that the newlywed is not allowed to officially adopt their partner's adoptive child. The child's placement will be reevaluated and could possibly be taken away from the original adoptive parents. And the reason why gays can't adopt is because of the Arkansas Act. This law makes it illegal for any individual cohabiting outside of the valid marriage to adopt and provide foster care for a minor. The main reason why they aren't allowed to adopt is because the definition of gay marriage is different. Gay marriage is a marriage between two persons of the same biological sex and or gender identity. The definition of a straight marriage is the formal union of a man and a woman, typically recognized by the law, which becomes a husband and wife. Only 14 countries allow adoption between gays and lesbians. Of the total amount in the U.S. household, only 1% live with same-sex partners. These children that can be placed in suitable homes, but instead they are living without permanent families and in the foster care system. The law needs to be changed so that gays can adopt children. 1,500 million of these children are eligible for adoption, but nearly 42% of these children will not be adopted. The main reason is because the parents it costs too much money to adopt, or you can take up to like 5 years to be on a waiting list and still be declined. The reason why people think that adoption between gays should be illegal is because a gay couple is inadequate to raise a child, or living with a gay couple could turn the child gay, which there has been research that has proven that incorrect, and because people believe that they are not truly married. Also, they think that the children will be made fun of because they have same-sex parents. But the thing is that they are allowed to do in vitro fertilization, and they are allowed to have children, but they are not allowed to be put on the birth certificate as two gays or two lesbians. So these children that are being left out and are not allowed to be adopted, in some states at 18, well actually every state at 18, the child will be kicked out of the orphanage or the foster care because they are not the warden to the state. So at 18, they will provide the first month's rent, and then they will leave it to figure them out on their own. Some states will be kind and give them 3 months' rent, but after that, they have no connection with the foster family, and they have no connection with the orphanage. Over 40% of the foster children who age out in America end up homeless. Only 20% graduate school with a diploma or a GED. And only 27% of those children go to college. And the law says that once you are 18, the government does not have to help you with college. And you have to graduate before you're of 18 in order for you to get scholarships to college if you're in the foster care system. Since most of the orphans don't finish school, they are just left out on the street, and they are repeating the cycle, which is the children will either become pregnant and then they will give their baby up for adoption, or they will be on welfare, which is a big drain on the economy. They will turn to drugs, or they will turn to prostitution. Most of them will turn to gang violence if they're in inner city places, and because that is their home. And a lot of them will go to jail because they will be breaking and entering because they have no place to stay, or they will be stealing their food for them. The only way the government will help the children is with financial aid and food stamps, and at that point, there is very little that the government will actually do to help them beyond that. If the law is changed, then there will be more children that will be able to be adopted. And the law is starting to acknowledge gay marriage, so they should be able to acknowledge the parents as actual parents. If they can provide a suitable home, then there is no reason to deny them, because they provide the same amount as a straight couple, and they probably can succeed most of the children, most of the parents that get children. And what you can do is you can talk to the senators of each state, because in the U.S. there is about 12 states that will allow gay adoption, and that is it. You're not allowed to foster, and you're not allowed to adopt. And like The Blind Side, once you are tossed around from foster home to foster home, you start losing all of your records. So the children will not get correct amount of health care, and they will not get the correct amount of, they will not be able to succeed in society because they do not have any of the correct needs. So if the law is changed, then there will be more children to adopt, and it will be a lot easier to, there won't be as many people on welfare, because the children will be able to grow up in